And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the New York Yankees. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go and towing the slab, Carlos Rodon. What do you look for here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
All right, ready to go here. And stepping in is the speedy Parker Meadows. The wind of the pitch. That one finds the zone. And with that, we're underway in the Bronx. Rodon ready. Here comes. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Line drive. This looks like extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's Riley Green. And there's a foul ball. And he hits a ground ball right side. 1 out in the top of the first. And now the Tigers line up for manager A.J. Hinch. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away. Jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
Spencer Torkelson, the next to hit, takes outside. No score here, but a runner at third with 1 down. 2 balls, no strikes, the count.
And you got to wonder with first base open, 1 out. Is he going to get a pitch to hit?
Rodon fires. That one ripped. And it stays fair. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Nice job at driving that pitch the other way on the line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Kerry Carpenter up now for the Tigers. Right through there for a strike. Rodon, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Here's the 0-1. Foul back our way, and that's out of play.
This is a batter who clearly performs better in day games. I don't know why, but his numbers generally back it up.
And here it comes. Got it by him for the play.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Here's Mark Canha. And that's down and away.
1-0.
Torkelson leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Ball.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2. Fastball for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
And he deals. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
And down on strikes he goes. And that'll do it. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. Back at Yankee Stadium. And getting the start, Tarik Skubal.
Well, he's got great stuff, but what makes this stuff even better is his delivery. Hides the ball for a very long time, high leg kick, and by the time the hitter sees it, it's right on top of him.
And stepping in for the Yankees, DJ LeMahieu. And a pitch. That's in there. Strike 1. Big swing and a miss.
0-2.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
It's Aaron Judge now. Big time power. Wouldn't chase that time. One out, bases empty. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
The 2-1. And Judge spoils that one. One down, base is empty. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98. But a really good pass at the ball.
Ripped to short. Baez fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down. Let's take a look at our lineup. Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the 1 run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
Juan Soto in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. That catches the top part of the zone, and it's 0-2.
He doesn't seem to like to pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
That one out to right. And that's a fair ball.
Looked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Here's Stanton now. First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes. Ball
And
2.
downstairs.
2 balls, no strikes.
Two and 0 to count. Here it comes. Slides, but it gets by him. And that keeps the inning alive.
The first baseman,
And here is Anthony Rizzo. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. And the pitch. Base hit into the outfield. Fires it to the plate. And he's out. Butt down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
And we're back. And now, Colt Keith.
the second baseman.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. And what you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Rodon back to work. On the inside corner for a strike. Rodon, a former All-Star, 31 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2014. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Bill. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Next pitch is outside. To third, LeMahieu. Tosses to first. And quickly one away in the second. Gio Urshela to the plate. And that's outside. And that's ball 1. That one down the line, and that's just foul. One down, base is empty. So now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one is lifted in the air. Sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out. 2 away now.
Batting in, the shortstop, Javier.
2 outs, base is empty. The batter now, Javier Baez. Ball 1 there. 2 outs, base is empty. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 2.
As a veteran out there on the ball, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
2 outs. Swinging a foul straight back. And a swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting up, the catcher, number
And now the catcher comes up to him. Jake Rogers. Now snap throw to first. Baez back easily. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Kicks and deals. That one hammered center field. Judge going back on it. See you later. And they add to their lead. It's 3-0.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
So the batting order turns over. And up next for Detroit, Parker Meadows. And first offering is fouled off. And that one is in for a strike. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Just missed.
It's a good take.
And it's even up. The line of the pitch. Stays alive. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here at the top of the second. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Always having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches, still able to make some type of contact.
And another ball.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Three-two now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at-bat alone. Really making him work out there.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And that is that. Detroit adds 2 on this homer. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back for more from the Bronx. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
The pitch. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
The 0-1. That one fouled off. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first, gets him. Out. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Here's Alex Verdugo. To the right side, and that chance handled, and he takes it himself for the out.
Batting in, the shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
So digging in, Anthony Volpe.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Ball 1.
And there's a ball.
1 ball, no strike.
The Tigers leading by 3, bottom half of inning number 2. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1-2.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Full count.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Yanks held in check. They trail in this one 3-0. New inning getting started, and now the right fielder, Riley Green.
Riley Green.
And the pitch.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Spencer Torkelson getting ready to hit. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game. And, you know, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan. And he said to me, hey, kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2. When I walked into the store the next day and he looked at me, he said, you're trying to put me out of business, aren't you? And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
And another ball. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
Next pitch is downstairs.
Full count.
The pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. Gets it to first.
That's an out.
And they get Torkelson for the out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
2 outs, base is empty. And next will be the Tiger cleanup hitter, Kerry Carpenter. Swing and a ground ball out to short. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Tigers fail to make any noise, but they lead it 3-0. Back in the Bronx as we go to the last of the third. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Jose Trevino. The pitch. Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Torkelson takes it to the bag, and a quick out, number 1.
Oh, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So the lineup flips over, and now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. And a strike there to LeMahieu. The Yankees trailing by 3 here in the last half of the third. Top of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out. Here comes Aaron Judge. He's 0 for 1. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base slugging too. First pitch, and he just misses.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the base.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. Back now in the Bronx. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Mark Canha. The wide to kick the pitch. And delivers outside. And that's outside. And a pitch. And a foul ball. The pitch. Line drive, caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here's the second baseman, Colt Keith. Grounded out his first time up. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. One down, base is empty.
1-1.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That's out number 2.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Urshela batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Bounce to the left side. Throws to first in time. And the Tigers retired 1-2-3. Tigers are shut down there, but they lead at 3-0. Bottom 4, here's Juan Soto.
You know, Boog, as a 20-year-old, this guy hit 2 home runs in the World Series. And the only players younger than Soto to hit World Series home runs are Andruw Jones, Miguel Cabrera, and Mickey Mantle.
No.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, these Yankees just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
That's out to center field. Should have this one. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Up next, the designated hitter.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And he's already singled in this game. And a foul ball. The lefty fires. That one misses, and it's 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. And now the lefty. And another ball. The Yanks trailing by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and they take care of Stanton for the out.
The batter, the first baseman,
Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And first offering is fouled off. Got a good eye there. This one popped up. And that will drop foul. Wouldn't chase that time. And the next pitch is way outside. Gleyber Torres on deck for the Yankees. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. So the Yanks go in order. They trail it here 3-0. Back here in New York, we go to the top of the 5th, and the batter will be the shortstop, Javier Baez. Rodon back to work. Not close with that one. Ball 1. Up the middle. The throw to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
The catcher, number 34, Jake.
And now here is Jake Rogers. He's already homered here in this one.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Verdugo gets under it. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
Now the center fielder.
Back to the top of the lineup. Parker Meadows digs in now. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence. But in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at bat?
Next pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swings and misses. Struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back in the Bronx, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. Here comes a pitch. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. The Yankees looking to rally. That one inside, and the count is 1-1.
You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
The wind of the pitch. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And another ball.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing, and he breaks his bat. That's a foul ball. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And he beats it. He's safe.
Well, when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there, we see the result.
Alex Verdugo stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at-bat. That one's in there. 0-1.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Next
No.
pitch is outside.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
The 1-1. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Throw on to Torkelson, and Verdugo is set down.
Now batting, shortstop, Anthony.
And next for New York, Anthony Volpe. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. That one's in there. That's strike one. Right through there for a strike. Out towards left center. That's a hit. Around third. Here's the throw to the plate. But it's offline. And it's now a two-run game.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Man at first with one gone. Here's Jose Trevino. 0 for 1 so far. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. Throw to second. Tag. Out at second.
Well, I really didn't expect him to try to steal second base because he had a very standard lead at best. If you're going to try to get there safely, you've got to get more on that lead. You've got to get a better jump. That was the difference between being safe and out.
Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. The 1-1.
Ball.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Now a screamer into the outfield. Nabs it, and that is that. But they pick up one run on the RBI single, and this is now a 3-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back at Yankee Stadium, top of the 6th inning, and here is Riley Green. The wind and the pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson.
And now the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. 1 for 2. He had an RBI base hit back in the first. That one not close. 1-0. Movement in the Yankees pen. Tommy Kahnle getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Hamilton warming up as well. Base is empty, one away, and we're the top half of the 6th. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Right side, hard hit. He'll do it himself.
He's out. 2
quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
The batter, the designated hitter, Kerry Carpenter.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Kerry Carpenter. Ground ball up the middle. What a stop. Gathers and throws. Nicely done for the out.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's DJ LeMahieu. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Action in the pen down there. Alex Lang, the anchor of the staff, is getting ready to close this one out. Kicks and fires. And the
that's a
slider
ball.
just misses.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Next offering is in for a strike. Fought off foul. Kicks and deals. That's
Ball.
outside. 3-2 now.
Full count.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, it might be time to dig into that bullpen. He's looking a little fatigued to me.
For the Yankees.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
No
With
ball.
the tying
One
run at the
strike.
plate, and the home team trying to pull it out. Judge comes up empty there.
Double play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
On the ground, 2 ball. It's in and out of his glove. There's one. On to first. Now, double play. Just got it there in time. So they're down to their final out. Juan Soto now. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball. No strike.
Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. That one misses. Now 2-0.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds.
Ball.
Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. That
Ball
just
four,
missed. He
inside.
walked him on 4 pitches.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. In there for strike 1. The Tigers leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Not
1-1.
even close there. And 1-1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the...
On the ground, and this should do it. On to first, ball game. And the Tigers claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
Great pitchers duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
And your final 3-1 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Tigers, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 1 runner on base. For the Yankees, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. They left 3 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 39 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.